He's back! Neighbors soap scoop! Holly considers Baby Lie Neighbors spoilers follow for the episode airing on Wednesday, 29th October. Neighbors bring back a familiar face next week as the identity of Addison Rutherford's father shocks everyone. Show bosses are reintroducing Jane Harris's ex-lover Clint Hendry, but this time for a very different storyline. Upcoming episodes see Ramsey Street's residents continue to fret about Addison, who has been sleeping rough on the grounds of Erinsborough High and Irene Rising recently. Leo Tanaka is shocked when his wife Krista offers to take in Addison. While it's a classic example of Krista's kind-hearted nature, Leo fears this will distract from their ongoing baby plans with Nicolette Stone. Krista reassures Leo that it doesn't have to be one or the other. But she may simply be telling her other half what she thinks he wants to hear. Leo's disappointed when Krista seems to prioritize Addison's welfare above everything else, our Neighbors Insider shares. It's a telltale sign that Krista may not be as invested in the baby plans as Leo is. Later that day, amid the ongoing debates over what's best for Addison, everyone is shocked to discover that her father is a person they all know. Clint, the light-fingered cleaner. Clint hasn't been seen since Jane dumped him for stealing cleaning products, our source adds. It seems there are issues with both of Addison's parents after her mum Shannon's own troubles. Clint stealing bleach is low level on the scale of Erinsborough crimes, though, so could Jane decide to forgive him? Paul Robinson is finally swayed by his daughter Elle, who wants to bring Tay Obazi on board with their new business venture. The Robinsons feel out of their depth after taking over at the V-Bar, but Tay is reluctant to accept Paul's hardball offer. Tay's day gets even more complicated when his former client Monica makes an indecent proposal, promising to pay off his state debts in return. Rethinking his earlier decision, Tay accepts Paul's terms but demands a slice of the profits from their next promotional event. Zach Willis is pleased to have found a confidant after speaking to Elle about his previous problems back in Darwin. He makes plans to have a tattoo removed, but this sparks suspicion from curious Colton Keys. Fans of Neighbors are in for an exhilarating week filled with shocking revelations, emotional confrontations, and unexpected returns. As the episodes air from Wednesday, 29th October, viewers can expect a roller coaster of drama that will leave them on the edge of their seats. The small-town soap continues to deliver compelling storytelling, with secrets threatening to explode and relationships hanging in the balance. Holly Hoyland. Considering the Baby Lie one of the most anticipated storylines revolves around Holly Hoyland, played by Tess Haubrick, who has been at the center of controversy following her secret pregnancy. Recent episodes have shown Holly grappling with the fallout of her clandestine affair with Sadie Rodwell's father, Andrew, which has left her pregnant with complications. Now, spoilers suggest Holly is contemplating a dangerous lie to cover her tracks. In upcoming scenes, Holly begins to consider whether she should tell the truth about her pregnancy or continue spinning her web of deception. Her plan? To manipulate those around her, especially Max Ramsey, played by Jacob Collins, whom she's been trying to rekindle her relationship with. Holly's scheme seems to be aimed at convincing Max that he is the father of her baby, an assertion that could lead to heartbreak and chaos on Ramsey. Street sources reveal Holly's decision to consider fabricating the paternity is driven by her desire to keep her options open and avoid the fallout of her affair. But her plans aren't foolproof. As she weighs her options, Holly remains wary of being caught in her web of lies, knowing the truth could shatter her relationships and reputation. Clint Hendry's return shocks everyone. One of the most explosive revelations involves the return of Clint Hendry, played by David White. Fans will recall Clint as Jane Harris's Annie Jones ex-lover, a character who was last seen stealing cleaning supplies from the local shops, an act that led Jane to break off their relationship and leave him behind. However, the soap's producers are bringing Clint back for a very different storyline that promises to shake up the community. Upcoming episodes reveal that Clint is not just back in Ramsey Street, he's also the biological father of Addison Rutherford, played by Aisha Issa. This revelation stuns everyone, especially Jane, who believed she had moved on from her tumultuous past. Clint's reappearance sparks questions about his motives. Is he genuinely seeking redemption? Or does he have ulterior motives, especially considering his history of petty crimes? The residents are divided on whether to trust him, with some questioning if Jane should forgive him after his past misdeeds. Sources close to production suggest that Clint's return is more than just a cameo. He insists he's turned over a new leaf and wants a chance to be part of Addison's life. Clint's story is about redemption and proving he can be a better man. our insider shares. Still, others remain cautious, wary of his past and the potential for trouble. Addison Rutherford's origins, the big family secret. The revelation of Clint Hendry as Addison's father is set to be a defining moment in the series. Addison, the adorable daughter of Bea Nilsson and Finn Kelly, has been navigating her own challenges, including recent struggles with homelessness and feelings of abandonment. Now, with the knowledge that her biological father is Clint, her world is turned upside down. Jane Harris, Nicolette Stone, Leo Tanaka, and Krista Tanaka all grapple with the implications of Clint's return. Some fear that introducing Clint into Addison's life could bring more drama and instability, while others believe it might provide the closure and support Addison needs. Jane, in particular, is torn. Her instinct is to protect Addison, but her past experiences with Clint make her wary. As Clint insists he only resorted to petty theft because of his mother Shannon's health issues, Jane begins to consider giving him a second chance. She starts to believe that perhaps Clint's intentions are genuine, and that he genuinely wants to support his daughter. Clint claims that Shannon kept him away from Addison because of her own struggles, but now he wants to meet her and be part of her life. Leo Tanaka, played by Tim Kano, is optimistic about the potential positive influence Clint might have. He suggests that Addison deserves to know her father, and that Clint's arrival could be a catalyst for healing. Krista Tanaka, Jasmine Delaney, while more cautious, agrees that it's worth exploring, provided Clint's motives are sincere. However, the question remains, will Clint's re-entry into Ramsey Street lead to harmony or chaos? The residents are watching closely, aware that this revelation could change everything. Paul Robinson and the business venture with Tay Obasi. Meanwhile, the Robinsons face their own set of challenges. Paul Robinson, played by Stefan Dennis, is finally swayed by his daughter Ella, Valentina Novakovic, who is eager to bring Tay Obasi, played by Dexter Young, into their latest business venture. The Robinsons have recently taken over the V-Bar, but they're feeling out of their depth and need Tay's expertise. Paul's offer to Tay is firm, but the former client is hesitant. Tay, who has been juggling debts and personal struggles, is wary of Paul's aggressive approach. However, the prospect of a lucrative partnership is tempting, especially as Tay's financial situation becomes more precarious. Adding to his troubles, Tay is approached by Monica, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, a former client, who offers him a dubious proposition. She will pay off his outstanding debts in exchange for favors. Tay, feeling the pressure, reconsiders his earlier refusal to join forces with Paul, but he demands a cut of the profits from their next promotional event, a move that could complicate their partnership. Zach Willis finds a confidant. Amid past troubles, in lighter but equally intriguing news, Zach Willis, played by Tim Phillips, finds solace in confiding in Elle Robinson about his past struggles back in Darwin. Their conversations lead Zach to consider getting a tattoo removal, symbolizing a desire to move on from past mistakes. However, his plans catch the attention of Colton Keys, played by Jordan Smith, who grows suspicious of Zach's intentions. Colton, ever curious and protective, begins to probe Zach's motives, adding an undercurrent of tension to their budding friendship. What's next for Ramsey Street? As the week unfolds, Ramsey Street residents will grapple with the consequences of these revelations. Holly's ongoing deception about her pregnancy threatens to explode, while Clint's reappearance raises questions about trust and redemption. Meanwhile, the dynamic between Paul, Elle, and Tay promises to deliver new twists in their business dealings. The stakes are higher than ever, and fans can expect emotional confrontations, surprising alliances, and cliffhangers that will leave viewers eagerly awaiting the next episode. Neighbors continues to be a masterclass in weaving intricate relationships and explosive secrets into compelling storytelling, keeping audiences hooked week after week.